Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Lord, may your goodness and love be present amongst us today. Come bless our gathering with unity, hope, and vision. Lord, we pray for unity. Build in us all a deep respect for one another, so that your church may be one. Lord, we pray for hope. Come stir your hope within our hearts and renew our faith. Lord, we pray for vision. May your vision fill our lives as we seek to reveal your love. We ask all this in the glorious name of Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, labas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa dagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na naghihingi, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, tuwing langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pagkay mag-aami, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Again, welcome and thank you for joining us today for this special lecture on traditional Chinese medicine or TCM. It's wonderful to see such great turnout. So we have around 169 participants in our Zoom. So your presence shows a shared interest in learning more about ancient healing practices that continue to benefit millions around the world. TCM is not just medicine. It's a way of understanding life, balance, and health.
Yes, that is why as healthcare workers, it is our responsibility to manage our patients holistically. Before we begin, let me ask you a quick question. How many of you have heard about acupuncture, acupressure, or even the concept of yin and yang? You may raise your hands or open your mic. Okay, so that's fantastic. These are just some aspects of TCM or traditional Chinese medicine, a system that has been practiced over 2,500 years. It is based on the idea of harmony and balance within the body, which is deeply connected to nature and energy flow or qi.
That's right, Doc Nard. So today, we'll explore TCM's foundations, techniques, and applications in modern healthcare. Whether you're completely new to TCM or looking to deepen your understanding, you're in the right place. So to formally open today's events, may we invite our Medical Center Chief, Dr. Evelyn Victoria Reside, to give her opening remarks.
A pleasant good morning to everyone. I am Dr. Ivy Reside, the Medical Center Chief of QMMC, and on behalf of the hospital's management and staff, I warmly welcome everyone to our latest episode in the Equip series, one among QMMC's many relevant and timely contributions towards the establishment and strengthening of our network partners as part of universal healthcare. At QMMC, we also take pride in offering our brand of universal healthcare, that which is holistic and transcendent beyond the usual care that we provide. Not only are our strengths in Western medicine as we know it, but we likewise advocate for traditional, alternative, and complementary medicine wherever and whenever they support patient healing and well-being. In fact, the relationship between the body, the mind, our emotions, and our spirit have been established long before scientific experiments using MRI scans were done to prove this, among others. And that is why, as an advanced brain and spine specialty center of the Department of Health, We use this as a platform from which we leverage our initiatives for the common good. There is still so much we don't understand about our bodies, and perhaps traditional medicine can provide the answers. For this, I congratulate Petro, our Department of Family and Community Medicine, and our resource person today, Dr. Evelyn Xiao Brigino, for the opportunity to learn and understand our bodies better. I am sure this session will be most informative and eye-opening for many of us. Let us enjoy another learning experience together. And again, a good morning to everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Reside. Without further ado, let me call our energetic and supportive Department Training Officer, Dr. Goldelyn Diaz, to introduce our esteemed speaker.
Good day, everyone. Our speaker is a graduate of BS Biology at the University of Santo Tomas. She also took her Doctor of Medicine and Family and Community Medicine residency at the same institution. She is a diplomate of the Philippine Society of Venereologists, Fellow of the Philippine Academy of Family Physicians, Fellow of the Philippine Academy of Physicians in School Health, an Academic Fellow of the Foundation of Family Medicine Educators, a Certified Associate Medical Acupuncturist of the Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare. She has a subspecialty in integrative health and has been a speaker to various conventions of PFP and Dementia Society of the Philippines. Currently, she is an assistant professor at the Department of Family and Community Medicine at the UST Faculty of Medicine and Surgery and the current department chair of Family and Community Medicine of Tondo Medical Center. We are indeed very fortunate to have her with us, an expert in this field. Let us all welcome Dr. Evelyn Xiao Brigino.
Thank you, Dr. Diaz. Dr. Evelyn, you may now start with your discussion.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the people of QMMC. So, I would like to thank our director, of course, for being open to this traditional and Chinese medicine, and of course, for Dr. Atricia for inviting me to be part of your awareness na yung employees learning. So I'm sure not marami sa atin, no, all of us are into holistic care right now. So we would like to explore different pathways so we will be able to reach that. So my title for this morning is Your Organ and Your Emotions Through the Lens of Traditional Chinese Medicine. So, although this is an online platform, I would like as much as possible to ask the participation of our audience. So probably the people behind the tech group will be able to read the chat, no? So, para maging most interactive ito. So, sige, so can we, before we, since this is a Saturday morning, so siguro muna tayo, we can have a little icebreaker. So, let us have some guess the movie muna. Sige, can we flash the first slide? O yan, yung next slide. Thank you.
Nauubusan na ng solusyon si John Gill.
알았어. wala na pong lunas. ang tumatalab sa sakit. 어찌 된 것입니까? 갑자기 어떻게 이런 이사 pong paraan ka,
데뷔마마와 중전마마께서 부르셔서는 너와 주상전하를 왜
Pero hindi siya
도피시켰는지
mawawala ng pag-asa.
Alisin po natin ang bahagi ng bituka na ng barahan.
Hindi maaari ang gusto mo mangyari.
Maniwala po kayo sa... Tumigil ka na! Wala kang karapatang magmungkahi ng ganyang bagay! Kamahalan!
Okay, sige. So siguro yung mga kasing edad ko na Korean novela yan, no? So very, ano talaga siya, parang maraming nakapanood and nakasunod, no? Sa Jewels, correct, no? So Jewels in the Palace. So it also talks about mga acupuncture, no? Si Jang Jung. Yun, very siya. Very prominent siya at maraming nakasunod dyan. So can we have the next movie?
Water. Earth. Fire. Air. My grandmother used to tell me stories about the old days, a time of peace, when the Avatar kept balance between the Water Tribes, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, and Air Nomads.
Okay. So siguro yung mga sumunod na generation, they are more familiar with the title, no? Kasi ang title niya ay, sige, can we get the title? The Last Airbender. So yung Avatar, siya yung pinakaunang Avatar. Siya, okay? The Last Airbender. Okay, can we have the last movie?
Get on the balloon! These ideas are too small. We need something bigger.
That's our way out!
Okay, so siguro alam na natin to kasi may Inside Out 2 na nga eh. Okay, so what am I driving at? So this is just to show to each and everyone that this, even in the three generations of the movies, so yung Jewels in the Palace, siguro mga year, ano ba ito? Mga year 2000, tapos yung Airbender, mga ganun din. And Inside Out, parang medyo latest. No? Even throughout this time, ang daming decades. So, nandun kaya ng TCM to incorporate the three movies. No? So, nakikita natin na kaya siya. In the Jewels in the Palace, it talks about acupuncture, The Last Airbender, yung mga different elements, and yung pinakahuli, Inside Out, so that's the different emotions. So can we have the next slide? Yeah, just for my disclaimer, this lecture is merely for health education and not in any way a replacement for treatment of diseases. So for this morning, let me give you my objectives. So for us to understand the relationship between emotion and health in traditional Chinese medicine, to understand the traditional Chinese medicine perspective on the interplay between emotions and physical health, to identify the 5 emotions and their corresponding organ system, and to analyze the impact of emotional imbalance on the body. Okay, so next slide please. So in traditional Chinese medicine, we follow different theories. So, kanina, we have the guess the movie. So, ngayon naman, Pictionary tayo. Sige, so, can we have the first slide? Yan. So, what do you think is the picture? Yung picture. Oh, okay. Sige, very common naman doon. So, yung yin and yang. So, okay, next slide, please. Alam nila. Okay, the theory of the yin and yang. Okay, so that's the first theory. So, next photo. So, ito kaya. Five elements. Ayan, kaya ko naman palang makita yung emotions. 5 sa, sige, can we have the theory? So, can we have the next slide? Okay, the theory of 5 elements and the 5 emotions. Okay, so later on we will be touching on that so that we'll be able to connect it with the different organs. So can we have the next photo? Yan, ano kaya yon? Sino ba yung mga ana dito? Marunong magbasa ng Chinese. Chi. Okay. Chi. Okay. Sige. Chi. Okay. Sige. Can we have the next slide? Yan. Okay. The theory of Chi. No? So, for the benefit of this lecture, since I am just given less than an hour to discuss, we will be focusing on the first two theory, the theory of the yin and yang, together with the theory of the 5 elements and emotions. So I'm sure not some of our residents and our audience here have already some idea about the traditional Chinese medicine. So probably this will just be a refresher for some. And for those naman who haven't had a chance to learn about this will just be an awareness for you. Sige, okay. Sige po. Next slide po. So, ito yun. So, these are the different traditional Chinese medicine theories. So, we have the theory of the yin and yang, the theory of the 5 elements and emotions, and the theory of the qi. Okay? Sige. So, next slide, please. So, the theory of internal organs, or the yin and yang, is often described as the core of the Chinese medicine theory because it best represents the Chinese medicine view of the body as an integrated whole. So, for us, family physicians, so we believe, diba, yung holistic care. So, that's why we can actually incorporate this theory of internal organs in our own practice. Okay. So, next, please. So, this is what I was talking about. So, in TCM, we have the different organs. So, we have the Zhang organs, or the yin, and then we have the Fu organs, or the yang organs. So, later on, little by little, we will be able to identify the roles of the different organs does in our body. Okay. So, next po. Ayan. So, this chart is a very nice chart because it talks about the different elements, the different emotions as well, and the different manifestations. So, it is small, but later on, we will be having to touch each emotion and connect with the different organs. So, next please. Ayan. So, familiar tayo, no, dito sa picture na to. Yung parang meron siya mga different dermatomes. So, the traditional Chinese medicine, there are different meridians. So, the meridians are actually pathways or channels through which vital energy flows in the body. So, the meridians actually connect our various organs and tissues and physiological functions and are believed to be essential in maintaining health and balance. So, just for us to be able to understand, because I'll not touch the different meridians So, ano lang, parang idea lang. So, how do you think, kunyari may ilaw, okay? So, let us, para lang for us to understand how it goes. So, when you have a light, okay, so, how do you open the light? May ilaw. Okay? Yung electric bulb na nasa ceiling. Sige. So, paano natin siya bubuksan? Can we hear from the audience? Gusto mo buksan yung ilaw. So, anong gagawin mo? Okay. Correct. Thank you, Doc Hazel ba? Si Doc Hazel ba to? Or Hazel. So, we have to press the switch. Okay? Yung switch ba nandoon sa ilaw, di ba wala siya? So, nasan yung switch? So that we will be able to have an idea lang paano talaga siya gumalaw in our own parang lay understanding. So, yung switch is actually nasa wall. Diba? So, nasa wall. Nasa labas. So, for you to be able to access the different organs, you have to pwedeng enhance or pwedeng stimulate or reduce. This is what we call the different meridians. So ito yon. These are the what we call the 12 meridians which have pathways na meron silang connection inside our organs. Sige, so next please. So I'm sure familiar naman tayo what organ is this, ano? So the liver. Course, nasa liver. So in TCM, we will be talking about the organs in the TCM point of view. Okay, not in the Western point of view. Because in the Western point of view, we know that the liver is responsible for production of your bile, diba? So yung mga bilirubins mo, so detoxification of the body. But in TCM, we have different rules ng ating TCM liver. Okay, so can we have the next slide? So these are the different liver functions in Chinese medicine. So just a question for those in the medical field. If there is something wrong in your liver, for example, hepatitis. Okay? So, ano yung napapansin natin sa mata? Can we, yellow? Yes, yellowish. Okay, yellowish. So, because in the TCM liver, the liver actually opens into the eyes and controls the tears. So when you have dry eyes, most of the time, medyo meron tayong tinatawag na liver deficiency. Okay? Because the liver function in TCM, it is actually reflected in the eyes. So it also ensures a smooth qi flow. So sometimes it manifests in the nails, and yung may problem with menses, most of the time it is because of the liver deficiency. Pwede siyang liver deficiency or pwedeng hyperactive, no? Yung ating qi doon sa liver fire. Okay? So liver actually houses the ethereal soul for planning and envisioning. Okay. So, next slide please. So, ito kaya, ano ba kaya to? So, in Western, alam natin na this is liver-like, di ba? But it's more on the left side. So, what is this? This is the spleen. So, in TCM, ano kaya yung role ng spleen? So, can we flash the next slide? So, in TCM, the spleen is responsible for water retention. So, kung meron kang deficiency, there is what we call dampness. So, it actually keeps the organs from prolapsing. Siya yung more of the clear thinking. In comparison with the Western, it is also responsible for digestion of nutrients, converting it into energy. So sometimes it manifests in the lips and it controls the muscles. So when we have water retention or dampness, most probably we have problem with the spleen function. Okay? Sige, so next. Ayan, heart. So most of us naman alam natin yung trabaho ng heart, no? So in TCM, sige, okay? So go on. Next slide, please. So, ano ba yung heart function in TCM? So, kanina when we view the parang yung mga clips, sabi doon, it's the emperor, no, of the body. So, because it controls the blood circulation. If you remember, there is I just forgot, di ba, yung sinasabi nila, ano yung sinasabi, yung it is in the tip of the tongue. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung nandun sa heart, yun yung lumalabas sa bibig. Diba? So, it also manifests on the face. It controls the blood vessels and the strength. So, siya yung in charge doon sa... So, most of the time, di ba, if you have problems with the heart, yan, pinagpapawisan. So, it controls the sweat as well. But, ang very important with the heart, siya yung nag-house ng mind, mental activity, memory, and sleep. So, okay? So, yung sinasabi natin, what's inside the heart manifest. Kung ano yung nandun sa puso, yun yung lumalabas sa bibig. So, yun yung concept ng TCM heart. Okay? So, how about ito? Ano ba ito? So, lungs, no? Siya yung lungs natin. Okay? So, what is the TCM lungs? So, kanina, no? So, parang in your clip as well, siya yung more of yung revitalizes, no? Siya yung sa kanya yung pumapasok. So, can we have the next slide? Ano ba yung function ng lungs in TCM? So, it controls the immune system. So, it regulates also the water metabolism. It opens into the nose, okay? It controls the skin and body hair. So, when you have problems with your skin, so most of the time, you have problems with the lungs. Okay? Siya yung, it governs the chi as well. So, siya yung connection. The skin is connected to the lungs. So, it also houses the mind and body connection. And it controls the chi on all meridians. So, sa kanya kasi pumapasok. Okay? Through the nose. How about the kidney? Okay, yung kidney. So, I saw also in the video clip na it is more of the vitality, no? So, ano ba yung TCM kidney? So, in TCM kidney, it is the one governing the birth, the growth, and the reproduction and development. So, most of the people who have kidney deficiency, nagkakaroon sila ng problem with hair. Okay? So, tignan nyo ulit yung tenga nyo. Tenga. Usually, affected rin yung ears eh. Okay? So, yung ears natin. So, yung kidney natin, di ba, it looks like the ear. Okay? Okay? So, di ba? So, ang kidney, TCM kidney, is also reflected in the ear. So, just remember, for those in the medical field, there are certain medications na pag affected yung kidney, nagkakaroon sila ng what? Ano yung usually nagiging problem natin in Western medicine if you have problems with kidney. May mga medications that are anyone from the audience? Meron ba? There are certain medications that are what you call what? Decrease urine output. Ano pa? Diuretic. Hindi, ano nangyayari dun sa, there are certain medications. Yes, correct. Ototoxic. Diba? So, may mga medications that are, if it affects the kidneys, nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng problema sa hearing. So, yon in TCM medicine, because the kidney is connected to the ears. Okay? The kidney is connected to the ears. And then, it is also connected to the vitality. Okay? Yung sa, especially with men, and fertility as well. So, siya yon. Okay? So, kasi siya yung nag-handle ng essence ng body. Okay, so next slide, please. So we have touched on the different organs in TCM. So now we go to the different emotions, diba? So this one I just copied from the inside out, no? So we have, let me introduce, diba, yung fear, si sadness, si joy, siya yung boss. Actually, ito, disgust siya pero ginawa ko lang siyang overthinking. pero siya si disgust. And of course, yung fury. Okay? So these are the 5 different emotions which are also connected to the next slide. Can we have the next slide? The 5 elements. Okay? So the 5 elements. So the 5 elements in this particular order, so the water enhances the fire, then metal, and then the wood, and then to the earth. Okay? So, ganyan yung kanyang uh, flow ng energy. Okay? So, that's the 5 elements.
Sorry po for the technical difficulties. We'll just have to wait po for Doc Shao to reconnect po. While we're waiting po for the new participants po, you can scan the link po for our pretest. It's posted po sa chat box. morning again, participants. Apologies po for the technical difficulties. Nagre-reconnect lang po ang ating speaker. And we're very sure po na we have a lot of questions na po. Just prepare your questions so that after the lecture, you can put it in the chat box and we'll ask po the speaker. Thank you. Okay, I think Dr. Shao is here already. Dr. Shao? Yes. Hello
Yes,
po, Doc.
pasensya
Welcome
na.
back po.
I just tried to
Yes po.
change ano na lang.
Okay, Doc.
Yes, okay. So,
Okay.
pasensya sa audience. Yeah. Okay. So, as what I was saying, so we were mentioning about the different 5 elements and then the different emotions. So, can we have the next slide? So, later on, we will try to find which emotion is responsible or what organ is responsible for this particular emotion. Sige, so, can we have the, yan. So, this photo will try to tell us that there are certain emotion that is embedded in the different organs. So, liver. So, yung liver natin, nandyan pala yung wood. No? So, liver is wood. So, we start first with water. So, yung water, so dito nagsisimula lahat. So, water. So, water nourishes the heart. Okay? The water is kidney. So, what emotion is actually fear. Okay? So, the water element nourishes the heart, which ano kaya ang organ na nandito. So, later on. So, pag heart, diba, alam natin na ano to. So, masaya. So, joy. Yan, no? So, ang organ na responsible is your heart. Then, the heart nourishes your spleen. The element is the earth. And what emotion? That's your anxiety. Then, from your spleen, you go to it nourishes your what? Okay? So, yung metal, diba? So, pababa siya. So, the metal. Okay? Ano ba yung what organ is that? So, that's the lungs. And what emotion? That's your grief. So, pag malungkot. Okay? And then last is the liver. So, the liver is what element? That's the wood. Okay, yan yung anger. So, we'll try to go through each emotion. Tignan natin kung meron tayong kaya nating pagdikitin or maisip natin na, kaya pala ganon. Okay, so, can we have the, Yan. So, what usually happens when you have, parang imbalance? Diba? So, in PCM, ang goal natin is always to have balance eh. Kailangan one organ nourishes the other. Okay? Nino-nourish siya. Nakita natin sa elements, diba? Paikot siya, para siyang clock. Okay? One nourishes the other. So, when you have a disharmony, yun yung tawag natin sa PCM. When something is not in coordination with the other, we will have some kind of chaos. Sige, so can we have the next slide? Okay. So, yan. So, yan yung nangyayari, diba? So, nagkakaroon tayo ng disharmony. Okay? So, ano kaya yung first na emotion na mas madalas because of what's happening in our surroundings? Sige, so ano din tayo? Magkaroon tayo ng konti. Meron na rin kasing may sagot na, no? So, but can we have the next slide? Please. Ayan. No, angry bird. Okay? So, yung angry bird. So, ano yung sinasabi ng TCM about anger? So, according to the TCM theory, so, yung anger is what? Ano yung, natin? Anong nangyayari when you have this? Sino ang diba? Ang anger is connected to the liver. Okay? So, the liver and the wood element. So, the wood element is all about growth and expansive movement. So, when you have problem with your kunyari, yung anger, so, ang affected is the liver. So, it directs this internally, both physically and emotionally. So, anger is actually a natural response to any interruption in the liver's mission to move and grow. So, pag nagagalit tayo, ano nangyayari? Diba? Para ka lang naka-stop. So, imagine niyo yung wood. Wala siya. Naka-steady lang siya. Wala siyang saysay. Okay? So, hindi siya nag-enhance. So, at the same time, pagka naman mataas yung kanyang, mataas yung chi inside the liver, so an excess of anger, or sometimes repressed anger, yung anger na hindi lumalabas, it inhibits the liver's function. So, it leads to further emotional imbalance and feeling of frustration, resentment, aggression, and sometimes depression. So, the imbalance in the liver manifests physically with headaches. So, dun naman sa tinatawag nating horary cycle, yung different, yung oras, okay, usually, people with anger wakes up in the middle of the night. So, around 1 to 3 a.m. and there is tension in the neck and the shoulder. So, the anger can actually injure the body. Siyempre, alam naman natin, no? So, when it's either vented excessively, so pagpalabas, sobrang labas ng galit, or repressed. So, either way, deficient or excess, it affects the liver. So, but the value of anger is that it gets our attention when things are out of balance in our body and in our world. So, we have to listen to the body. Kung masyado tayong nagagalit or meron tayong galit na hindi lumalabas, so we have to be aware of that. Okay? So, what is the next emotion? Ano to? Worry, no? So, what do you think is the emotion, the organ that is responsible for your worry? Kanina, di ba? Sinabi na natin. Yung worry. Di ba? Spleen. Okay? So, in TCM theory, worry is related to the spleen. Yes, correct, Dr. Jefferson. So, and the earth element. So, the spleen is responsible for transforming food into vital nutrients and transporting those nutrients to the rest of the body. So, in other words, the spleen ensures proper digestive function. So, pagka nagwo-worry tayo o meron tayong naiisip, di ba, we have this what you call parang yung sinasabi na butterfly in the stomach. So, parang may something dun sa tiyan natin, may indigestion, okay? So, yun siya. So, in PCM, the responsible organ is your spleen. So, the spleen is not able to do its job of digesting food. So, prolonged deficiency of the spleen leads to an accumulation of fluid and dampness. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng it weighs us down physically, mentally, and emotionally. So it furthers weaken the spleen system. So it impairs our capacity to think clearly, focus, and we are more susceptible to even worry. So isipin natin, 'di ba? Para lang maidikit natin siya with what organ. So when there is something bothering us, so usually we have indigestion, 'di ba? Nagkakaroon tayo ng indigestion. So yun pala, it is because of the spleen kasi siya yung organ responsible. Okay, so next slide. So how about fear? Pag natatakot tayo, So ano kaya yung what is the organ responsible for fear? Yes, okay. So, kidneys, diba? So, ano yung naiisip natin na parang very common thing na nakikita natin na sinasabi ng iba? Pag natatakot, parang naiihi sa takot, diba? So, yun siya. Sinasabi nila, parang naiihi, takot na ako. Okay, so yun pala yun. Because the fear, ang organ responsible is our kidney. So, fear is related to the kidney and the water element. So, the kidneys are the root of our constitutional strength and are responsible for the natural unfolding of the life cycle. So, kasi nga, nasa kanya yung simula, yung tinatawag natin na essence. Okay, so another emotion. So, what's the next emotion? Joy. Okay, si Joy. So, okay, so ano kaya yung kanina we touch on this, di ba? So, heart, di ba? So, pag masaya, pag sobrang masaya, so naapektuhan ang heart. So, can we still remember the broken heart syndrome? Anyone? Yung broken heart syndrome? Ano yung broken heart syndrome? Sige, anyone from from our residents? Yan, so alam natin yan. Ano ba yung broken heart syndrome? It's a myopathy, di ba? It's a cardiomyopathy. Okay, so bakit? Ba't siya nagkakaroon ng In fact, itong broken heart syndrome or Takotsubo myopathy, okay, when there is no structural defect na nakikita, but it when it presents itself, para siyang nagkakaroon ng MI. Okay? So, usually precipitated by emotions. So, in TCM, the emotion of the heart, okay, is reflected, okay, dun sa, so, again, so yung emotions natin, particularly yung joy or sadness, okay, is reflected in the heart. So, according to the TCM theory, joy is related to the heart and the fire element. So, the heart houses the Shen, so, which is our emotional and spiritual being. So, the Shen embodies consciousness, emotions, mental functions, and vitality. So, the blood of the heart nourishes the Shen and provides a resting place at night. So, the heart is truly our emotional center and is said to rule all over other emotions. Diba sa Inside Out, si Joy yung siya yung parang leader. Okay? So, joy nourishes the heart. Okay? And the healthy expression of joy reflects a healthy emotional state. When there's an imbalance of joy in our lives, so it can be expressed as too much agitation and mania. Okay? So, nagkakaroon ng yung tinatawag natin na mood, nagkakaroon ng mood problem. Because the Shen needs rest, sleep disorders are one of the most common symptoms of imbalance in the heart. Okay, so next emotion. Ito si grief. So, ano ba yung grief? Okay? So, according to TCM, so ano kayang organ ang responsible kay grief? So, pag nalungkot tayo or sad tayo, okay, yung sad, how do how do we walk? Diba? Ganito, kamukha ng itsura ni grief, no? So, bent, parang stoop down yung ating head. So, because yung lung, there is lung deficiency. So, grief is related to the lungs and the metal element. So, the lungs are our first line of defense against external pathogens, and their primary function is to disperse and disseminate qi throughout the rest of the body. So, prolonged unprocessed grief impairs the lung function and consumes the qi. So, it leads to exhaustion, lassitude, and what? Shortness of breath. So, di ba, yung mga nalulungkot, yung nandun sa ganong emotion, sinasabi nila, parang nahirapan ako huminga. Okay, di ba, may mga ganon. So, because the lung, the organ responsible or connected to this emotion is grief. Okay, so, okay, next. So, ito kanina, we were able to see this slide kanina. So, just as summary, so, for the liver, what emotion? Medyo maliit, no? So, that's anger. Okay? So, for the heart and the stomach, so these are Zangfu organs, so may connection siya. So, for the heart, what emotion? So, that's your joy. So, for the, okay? So, for the lungs, you have your grief. Okay, for the kidney, you have the fear, and for the spleen, you have the worry. So, we were able to connect and identify the different emotions and the different organs. Okay, so now, okay. So, ano yung pwede natin gawin in our own way when we are able to identify na, ito pala yung emotion. Okay, so kaya pala ganito, naapektuhan yung ating, naapektuhan yung aking organ. So, that's why we have, we can actually do a little acupressure. So, we will teach the audience what are the areas that you can actually stimulate. Okay? So that kung merong mataas yung ganong, meron kang nararamdaman na ganon, or you feel that there is something wrong with your organ because of the emotions that you are actually experiencing at the moment, you can do some acupressure. Sige, so next slide. So ano ba yung
Good day,
acupressure?
colleagues. As we conclude today's session, your organs, your emotions through the lens of tradition.
Okay. Sige. So, ayan, mamaya pa si Doc David. Sige. So, ano ba yung acupressure? Bakit ba tayo? What do you think, as what we mentioned a while ago? So, how can we, bakit siya possible? Why is it possible that we can do some acupressure for our organs? So, anyone?
Good day, colleague.
Sige, anyone? Ano kaya? Ano sa tingin natin?
Good day, colleagues.
Bakit
As we
natin
conclude
pwede-
today's session, your organs.
Bakit natin pwedeng ma-access yung ating organs through acupressure? Sige, so because there are pressure points connected to our organs because of the different meridians, as what we mentioned a while ago. So, sige. Thank you, Dr. Tara. So now we go to the different acupressure points. Sige, so next slide please. Ayan, so next slide please.
Good
So,
day,
ayan. So,
colleagues.
this
As we
is your
conclude
liver
today's session,
point. Okay, so this is your liver point, particularly your liver 3. For those who already had some sessions on acupuncture. So, what do you do? Ito yung sa dulong-dulo lang ng between your big toe and the digit, the 4th digit. So, yung pinaka-edge, may makakapa kayo dyan na parang depression. Okay? May depression dyan. So, just try to pinch on that. Okay? Pwede nyo siyang i-stimulate. So, that's your liver. So, when you're angry, pwede mo siya sigurong pisil-pisilin so that you can actually lessen the fire. Okay? O yung init. Sometimes kasi nagkakaroon ng imbalance. So yun yung pwede mong gawin. So, you can press on that so that you will be able to lessen the stimulation. Okay? So, your next point. Okay, ito. Yung spleen point. So, when you worry too much, okay, so you can press that part of your, so it is just above the medial malleolus. So, mga 2 to 3 finger breadths above, you can do that. You can simulate that. You can touch it or massage that particular area. So, if you're worried, you try to press on that. Okay, so next part. So, that's your kidney 1. Okay, so in your foot, may makakapa kayo na parang depression, triangle on the part, that particular parang meron dyan eh. So, ang best is you divide your foot into 2. So, yon. I-divide para ma-allocate yung kidney area. So, you divide your foot into 2 parts, yung first half and the second half. Yung first half, just above the, siguro mga 2 to 3 finger breadths above the middle line, kung dinivide nyo siya sa 2, you will be able to identify that particular area. Okay? So, meron ulit siyang depression, makakapa nyo siya. There's a depression in that area. You just try to stimulate that. That's your kidney point. Okay? Now, yung heart. So, if you have patients who are agitated, anxious, okay? So, while waiting for the patient to be transported to the nearest hospital, or if you're at home, ganyan. So, you can actually do your massage for the heart 7. So, how do you locate that? So, yung little finger, so you try to identify your little finger, yung pinakadulo nun, and the edge between the connection of your hand and your forearm, so dun sa area ng wrist, you will be able to identify another depression there. That's your heart area. So, pwede mo siyang i-press, i-massage, okay, so that you will be less agitated. Okay? And then, yan. Itong, yung sa kabila naman na side, so, okay, sa kabilang side naman, if yung kabila ay the little finger, so ito naman is the thumb. So, just below the thumb, and also on the side of the wrist, medyo lateral ng konti, that's the area of the lungs. Okay? So, now, siguro, most of us are into meditation as well. So, what does it do? What does you think can meditation do? So, there has been a lot of studies already about meditation. So, it relaxes the mind and the body. So, are we, so siguro, just for those who are into the medical fields, because not all are doctors and nurses here, not just for the lay. So we have the different waves, the different brain waves, na. So what they usually say, and based on that, on several studies, when you do meditation, you try to calm that particular area of your brain, which is your yung kinakalm mo using meditation, 'di ba, yung iyong amygdala. Okay, so when you do the meditation, you calm that particular area of the brain, which is yung responsible for the fight and flight. So, kung ma-reach mo yung waves na calm, that likes the alpha and the theta waves, yan. So, pag nag-meditate ka, mas magiging tone down ang iyong amygdala, and you'll go into a relaxation stage. So, ganun din. So, it will help to balance your body, okay? Mababalance niya yung iyong body and the different organs, and magkakaroon ka ng harmony. So, meditation is actually very helpful, and it is we are encouraging everyone to do this thing. Okay, and of course, the last slide, the next the balanced diet. Yes, of course, yung sinasabi natin na tamang pagkain, so there has been several studies also between the gut and the brain, di ba? So what we eat affects our brains, di ba? So ganun din siya. So when we eat the right food, the non-inflammatory diet, it will have effect on our mood and on our emotions. So I'm sure alam na natin ito na kumain ng maayos, kumain ng tama, kumain ng in TCM, what we usually advocate is to eat yung mga sinasabi na gawa ng nature. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, may energy siya, gawa ng nature. So, halaman, diba? So, yan, mga halaman. Okay? Ayan, mga dahon, so lesser inflammatory food, lesser processed food, so because it is good for the energy and yung chi, okay, in the body. So sige, so can we have the next slide again? So in summary, I was able to discuss the relationship between emotion and health in TCM, and able to discuss as well the TCM perspective on the interplay between emotions and physical health. We were able to introduce the 5 elements, the 5 emotions and their corresponding organ system, and how this particular emotions will have impact on our body. So next slide please. So these are my references. You have the Foundations of Chinese Medicine by Mashosa and the Acupuncture Academy by Clara Cohen. Okay, so next. So let me end my lecture with this scripture. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So again, thank you very much. And the floor is now open for questions if you have any.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shao, for that very, very comprehensive and very interesting lecture, actually, on traditional Chinese medicine. So, for our audience, we're sure that you have lots of questions. You may now key in your questions in the chat box, or you can simply raise your hand to be acknowledged. We'll allot around 3 to 5 questions po siguro.
Pero Doc, now let's start po. We have a direct message to us, a question from one of our audience. Can people without medical knowledge or training undergo acupuncture training? Or would it be better if acupuncturists also came from a medically allied field?
Okay, maraming salamat po sa tanong. So, the Philippine Institute of Traditional and Acupuncture Medicine actually has different modules for this. So, we have the CMA, yung tinatawag natin na Certified Medical Acupuncturist, and meron ding tinatawag na Certified Acupuncturist. Okay, so you don't have to become a medical physician to become an acupuncturist. So may mga programa tayo para dito, and you can connect with FITAC for the programs that are accredited by our country. Kasi they are trying to streamline it and trying to parang ginagawa na natin itong standardized. Ini-standardize na natin ito. So that's why we have different programs na accredited by the DOH, wherein the lay can actually go into acupuncture. So I was not able to discuss as well yung isang protocol, no, but this is kasi the topic is more of yung organs, no, and but there is a program in our country, which is spearheaded by the NADA Philippines, the National Acupuncture Detoxification Program, NADA National, NADA Philippines. Ito naman, it's a training, pero you don't do body acupuncture. It's more of ear. Okay? Ear lang siya. Okay? Ear acupuncture. So you have 5, I'm an acupuncture detoxification specialist as well. So you have 5 points only in the ear, and you don't have to become you don't have to be a doctor para mag-aral nito. They are really parang recommending na ang goal nga ng NADA Philippines is to have one acupuncturist or acupuncture detoxification specialist in the family. Yun yung gusto nilang parang yun yung goal nila, na sana merong isa na ganito sa isang pamilya. So they have different programs. You can go through their website as well and connect with Ma'am Janet. So ito yung goal nila, because they really recommend na go into the mga non-pharmacologic ways and methods of trying to ease or at least lessen the burden of diseases. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Doc, for that answer po. Doc, we have another question from the chat box from Ma'am Miralyn Garcia. Using massage therapy machine, which is also using pressure, does it have same benefit po as the acupressure po siguro? Yun po siguro yung ibig niyong sabihin.
Yes, siguro, no? So, although ang sinasabi nga natin ngayon, evidence-based medicine, but if you connect it with the acupuncture points, kasi yung areas na minamassage, it touches the meridians eh. Diba? Kaya nakakapag-release ka ng mga different hormones. Okay, that can actually lessen the pain in the body. So probably yes. In my end, massage is we have diba several massage sa TCM. You have the Tuina, you have the yes. I was able to read on the chat box also. One doctor mentioned that yes, it is the NADA is also connected with FITA. Opo. You're correct on that.
Thank you po, Doc. Someone is raising her hand. Miss Mara Rochabel po. And another later po for Zarina Orejones po. Ma'am Miss Mara, you can ask po your question po. Can you unmute po the participant? Thank you.
Oo. Wala na yung
Hello po, good
yung
morning,
live.
doctors. I would just like to ask po, Doc Xiao, if can you give us acupressure points that we can use for every day po, even for those who are not in the medical field?
Yes. So just to your question, what particular acupuncture points?
Yes po, Doc,
Ayun po
for
ba yun?
daily use po. For example, for our
Okay,
participants po that are not in the medical field, what are the basic acupressure points that they can do to relieve stress? Ganun po, Doc.
Yun. So siguro yung what we touch on kanina, the different parang organ na na discuss natin. Kasi yung REN, 'di ba, yung kidney, so siya yung pinaka-root or yung vitality. So for me, siya yung pwede nating i-stimulate. Then also, it is also important to identify what kind of emotion yung meron ka at the moment para yung particular point na yun yung pwede mong ma-stimulate. So, we have the heart, 'di ba? Yung sa yung sa PC7, sa dulo ng, para lang mas maalala natin, yung dulo ng little finger. Okay? Tapos yung, para lang maano mo siya, malaki naman daw kasi yung meridian eh. So, parang hindi mo kailangan maging eksakto. So, yung dulo niya, okay? So, pwedeng yun. So, yung area, okay? Yung area na yon. And another, siguro yung para lang din mabilis para sa lay, no? So, ito mabilis hawakan, mabilis makapa. So, I was not able to discuss this in the lecture, but it can be accessed easily using the NADA. So, yung tenga natin, meron tayong parang depression dito sa dulo. Nakakapanya? Nakakapanya pa. So, yung after the lobe, ito siya. Tapos may parang maliit na nanditong maliit na butas. Nakakapanya. So, that's the Shenmen eh. So, that's the heart. Probably that's one area that you can actually stimulate. Okay? So, ano pa? Yung mga pwede nating mabilis lang for the lay. The yin tang. So, hindi makatulog. Kaya hindi ka makatulog. So, di ba? So, yung nandito sa area between the eyebrows. Ito siya. Sa stimulate mo lang siya. Ganyan. So, siguro, yun yung mga pwede nating i-access. Okay, so what else? Yung area ng L4, so yung dulo ng thumb, yung dulo ng ito, the index finger and the thumb, so meron ditong parang triangle. Okay, so hegu, no? So siya yung mabilis na ma-access, pwede mo siyang i-massage as well to relax you. Yan. Thank you for that question, Dr.
Okay, thank you, Doc Xiao, for answering the questions of Miss Mara. May we proceed to the next question by Miss Zarina Orejenes?
Morning po, Doc. Thank you po for the lecture po, Doc. Ang question ka lang naman po, Doc, is can acupressure help with people who have been previously diagnosed with mental illness po?
Oo, so definitely, no? So kaya yun, as going back to NADA protocol. NADA protocol is actually created sa US to galing, hindi ito TCM. Okay, so we have the NADA US. It's a protocol coming from the US. It was created for those who are into yung mga those na nag-engage into mga drug abuse. At tapos they have mental issues. So those doon din sa mga soldiers na nagkakaroon ng war shock. So it was created because of that, yung NADA protocol na tinatawag. So now yung question is it helpful? Definitely it is, because it can control, or hindi naman talagang control, it can actually lessen yung anxiety. So you have 5 points on your ear that is being used now for as a complementary management and protocol for those who are into drug abuse. Meron na tayo mga community programs, and there are those who are advocates for that. Meron na rin tayong several studies na ginawa nila nung NADA Philippines, how the use of this particular area will help. So, kasi yung NADA, you use the needle eh, 'di ba? So, paano kung hindi ka nga marunong mag-needling? So, pwede ba yung acupressure? Yes, definitely, because there are meridians that are there. Diba? So, pwede mo siyang i-press, pwede mo siyang i-massage. It is just important that you know where to do that. I hope I was able to answer your question, Clara.
Thank you, Doc. Doc, we have 2 more questions na lang po siguro. We'll go ahead with Doc Jody Adaw po. Doc Jody. Then last one po from the chat box po.
Hello po, Doc. Good morning. So once again, I'd like to thank po for this very comprehensive lecture po that you've given. Siguro, Doc, since we've established po kasi na there is a relationship between or interrelated po yung organs and emotions, I'd just like to ask po if will there be any expected na emotional disruptions po or any side effects after po any TCM procedures po, Doc?
Thank you for the question. No? So, just like in any medication or any modality, bawat pasyente ay iba-iba. Diba? So, the reaction may be different. That's why when we start something to the patient, lalo na kung bago, no? Bago siya doon sa pagbibigay mo ng acupuncture. So, mas maganda na pinapahiga natin nakahiga. So that when yung reaction may be exaggerated, yung iba kasi biglang bumababa yung chi nila. So nawawala ng parang nagpipresyncopal attack. So parang nahihimatay. Okay? So yung question mo is meron ba? That's why we have to tailor our management individually. So, mas maganda na kung sisimulan mo siya ng iyong activity or ng programa na ina-advise natin na nakahiga yung patient. So that if something untowards happens, may access ka. Nakahiga yung pasyente.
Okay po, Doc. Thank you po so much, Doc.
Thank you po, Doc, for answering that question. We have one more last question that was DM to us. Can TCM or traditional Chinese medicine help with insomnia?
Oo, 'di ba? Kasi ayan nga yung kasi 'di ba, we would like to shy away from giving medication. At saka may mga ibang pasyente ayaw nga nila uminom ng gamot 'di ba? So, definitely nakakatulong siya. So, as an add-on or a complementary or sometimes as an alternative to people with sleep disorders. Pero syempre, kung if you are a TCM practitioner, you would like to identify saan ang gagaling to. Bakit siya hindi nakakatulog? So, meron ba siyang embedded disharmony sa kanyang katawan? Diba? So, meron ba tayong, ano yung naalala natin na pagka may problema sa sleep, usually, anong organ, diba? It can be a repressed anger. Baka nagagalit siya, kaya yung liver niya ay stimulated. So, most of these people usually wakes up in the middle of the night around 1 to 3 a.m. Okay? So, meron pala silang mga repressed emotions or repressed anger kaya hindi tuloy-tuloy yung kanilang tulog. So, probably aside from giving your acupuncture session to the patient, you can do some exploration so that you will be able to identify may mga issues ba. So, especially for us, sa mga family medicine practitioners dito, yung mga psychosocial issues, diba? So, we have to really explore that and address that. Okay? Address that. Okay? Yan pa.
Thank you. Doc, last na po. Actually, I think itong tanong niya parang if yung acupuncture, acupressure daw can boost energy. So, not more on the yung may sakit. Ito naman yung pagpapalakas po.
Yes,
Yes
wellness.
po.
Yes, oo. So, some acupuncturists actually have programs already, yung sinasabi na wellness program. So, may mga kasi ang mga different acupuncturists, meron rin silang tinatawag na parang yung kanilang special interest. Diba? Yung special interest nila. So, some acupuncturists have special interest in stroke, some have in infertility, some has in wellness. So, pwede rin because pwede mo stimulate yung organs mo eh. So, ano yung particular organ na pwede nating stimulate para sa vitality? Yung kidney. Kasi nasa kanya yung essence. Diba? So, may isa pa atang question. Kung early diagnosed, sabi niya.
Yes po. Sige Doc, last na po, sige Doc. From Ma'am Connie Dolioza, good morning po. Is acupressure and acupuncture helpful in already diagnosed patient? Example po, mayroong mga liver cirrhosis na patients daw po.
Yes. So, helpful in the sense that it can be as an add-on and complementary because some patients really wouldn't like to have medications anymore. So, lalo na kung sa mga palliative patients, diba? Sa mga nandun sa end of life or mga chronically ill, ang goal rin kasi ng acupuncture is not for treatment lang. Diba? It can also give comfort. So, yung maging komportable, mawala yung sakit, maging maganda yung pakiramdam, diba? Yun yung goal natin eh. So, yes, definitely, it will be as an add-on and complementary modality for our chronically ill and nandun yung mga patients on the end of life. Thank you. Thank you also, Ma'am Connie.
Thank you po, Doc, for answering. So I think that's all po. If ever there's additional questions po, we will PM na lang po the Dr. Xiao and we'll get back to you po. So if none na po, we'll proceed to the next part. So once again, Dr. Xiao, thank you very much for the very informative and interesting lecture. So at this juncture, we would like to present the certificate of appreciation and the citation reads. So certificate of appreciation is presented to Evelyn A. Xiaobihino, MD, for sharing her expertise and knowledge as a speaker during the EQUIP Empowering Healthcare Workers to QMMC's Universal Healthcare Initiative program, entitled Your Organs, Your Emotions Through the Lens of TCM or the Traditional Chinese Medicine, held on January 25, 2025 at Quirino Memorial Medical Center, Project 4, Quezon City, Philippines. Signed by Ma Teresa Tricia G. Bautista, MD, FPAFP, FPCGM, MHA, OIC Professional Education Training and Research Office, and Dr. Evelyn Victoria Reside, FPCP, FPCCP, MAS, our Medical Center Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you po, Doc.
Again, thank you very much, Dr. Brigino, for sharing your knowledge and expertise in traditional Chinese medicine. And we would also like to thank our 240 plus audience who stayed with us and who learned from the traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, so let us now hear the closing remarks of the Chief Medical Professional Service, Dr. Deborah Ansales, and followed by the QMMC hymn.
Good day, colleagues. As we conclude today's session, your organs, your emotions through the lens of traditional Chinese medicine, I want to thank each of you for being here and for the energy and focus you've brought to this important discussion. Today's topic reminds us of the delicate connection between the physical and emotional well-being of the people we serve, a perspective that adds depth to our work as healthcare professionals. I would also like to extend my gratitude to our speaker, Dr. Evelyn Xiao, for sharing her expertise and shedding light on how traditional Chinese medicine offers valuable insights into holistic healing. To the Department of Family and Community Medicine, thank you for making this event possible and for ensuring everything ran smoothly. The Equip series represents more than just lectures or discussions. It's a space where we can grow together and exchange ideas and equip ourselves to meet the ever-evolving needs of our patients and communities. As we move forward, I encourage all of you to reflect on how we can apply the lessons we've learned today to enhance our practice and strengthen the service delivery network we're building under QMMC's UHC initiative. This is only the start of another promising year of collaboration, learning, and innovation. I look forward to seeing you in our next session as we continue to empower one another in our shared mission of healing. Thank you once again for your time, dedication, and passion for making a difference. Stay safe, and I wish you all a meaningful and fulfilling year ahead.
Lingkod sa kapwa, ang pangunahing tungkulin. Mahusay na programa sa pangkalusugan at iba yung pagkalinga. Mayaman man o mahirap, ay paglilingkuran ng sapat. Anumang sakit o malubhang karamdaman ay bibigyan ng tiyak na lunas. Mula ngayon hanggang sa kinabukasan, tungkulin ay buong pusong gagampanan. Ito ang tapat at tanging sandigan. Sa QMMC ang bayan ay paglilingkuran. Ito ang aming tanging layunin, mahusay at ligtas sa pagamutan, makabago at wastong kasangkapan, mga kawaning may sapat na kakayahan. Mula ngayon hanggang sa kinabukasan, tungkulin ay buong pusong gagampanan. Ito ang tapat at tanging sandigan. Sa QMMC ang bayan ay paglilingkuran. Mula ngayon hanggang sa kinabukasan, tungkulin ay buong pusong gagampanan. Ito ang tapat at tanging sandigan. Sa QMMC, sa QMMC, sa QMMC ang bayan ay paglilingkuran.
Again, thank you, Dr. Sales. Before we end our event for today, may we ask everyone to open their cameras for a picture taking. So may we ask the assistants from the tech team to please instruct.
Kindly turn on your cameras po.
To all the participants, we'll be posting a link for the attendance and for program evaluation as well as for the post-test. Links will be flashed on the screen and posted on the chat box as well. And please answer the link for you to become eligible for the certificate of attendance.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you po.
Thank you very much po, Doc Xiao. So you may scan the post-test link po. Yes po, Ma'am Laorne. Okay na po actually yung picture taking. So post-test link na po, please scan po so that you will be eligible for the certificate of attendance po.
Hindi ko ma-open. Hindi ko ma-open.
The links are also posted po sa chat box. Okay. So that concludes our discussion. Thank you everyone for actively participating in today's lecture. I hope this lecture has sparked curiosity and inspired you to explore how TCM might support your own health journey. As primary care providers, we have a very crucial role in guiding our patients towards healthier lives.
Okay, we must remember that each patient is unique and tailoring interventions to their individual needs is the key. Let's work together to make a positive impact on the health and well-being of our patients. And that concludes our Equip for today. I hope everyone learned from our discussion. We will see you again for Equip Series 6. Thank you and have a great weekend ahead.
For our DFCM residents of the QMMC, kindly stand by for picture taking po. Thank you.